This week, our anonymous curator Mal has selected 3 movies for our team to review. Harold and Kumar Go to Whitecastle, Dune 1984, and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. But our team is known to be very lazy, and each person has only watched 2 of the 3 movies, choosing instead to skip one. They must now trick the other hosts into believing that they've watched every film, all while throwing each other under the bus. Can you figure out who's lying about watching each film before our hosts do? I guess we'll get straight into Harold and Kumar Go to Whitecastle. So Will, you seem to have a lot of thoughts about Whitecastle. Why don't you start us off?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Funniest movie I've seen in a long time. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? The
Yeah.
funniest I've seen in a long time.
Okay, did you see the CGI cheetah though?
I mean, I did. Actually, I did kind of like the cheetah, in all honesty.
It was so bad. I loved it.
It's just like, hold on, let me double check when this movie came out, because there's this thing had to have been like
I think pre 2010.
absolutely.
If I had to guess,
pre-2010.
2003. I don't remember though.
Oh, the year of our Lord 2004.
Oh, I was 1 year off.
Yeah, this
Okay.
sure is a 2004 movie. First of all, can we talk about that actor list? Like, actually, just where did they come from?
The actor list?
Oh yeah, like they had Neil Patrick Harris. They had Ryan Reynolds in there too. They had a couple other people. It was kind of crazy.
Who was
Yeah.
shoot. Trying to remember who that one guy from The Office that was just in there.
They have Bobby Lee.
Wait,
Bobby Louis. Steve Carell, I thought.
Steve Carell, the one that plays Michael.
Oh, sorry. I'm mixing up my movies. I think Steve Carell's in there I think he's in there somewhere. But either
You
way,
sure?
I think I'm mixing it up with something else. But dude, just the most 2000s movie I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even compared to like Borat.
When do you think was the perfect time to go to White Castle? 2010s? Nah.
2004.
2004.
2004.
I'd even say early 2005 after this movie came out. Would have been
See,
like
the
the
reason
peak
why
time.
2004 is better is because that's the year I was born. You know,
That's the year I was born too. I can't believe this.
There was one other standout part.
Okay.
I really liked the weed kills ad where it's just the dude putting the shotgun in his mouth at the
I think
beginning.
that had to have been like not quite a real ad. I refuse to believe.
It was probably just a spoof of a real ad.
I'm gonna be honest. The movie didn't quite click with me. I wasn't a big fan of the humor style.
Oh, was it because you didn't watch it?
Real. No.
that was a very suspicious no there,
Ew.
Clayton.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I just didn't like. I'm not a big fan of the vulgar-esque humor. It felt very super bad, but it didn't quite hit the lines that super bad had to hit. It got like 75% of the way there. And also there were a lot of hookers.
What's the rating we should give for this movie?
What is the rating?
Ooh, 3 chili cheese corn dogs out of 5 Patrick Starfish. Yep, 3 chili cheese corn dogs out of 5 Patrick Starfishes.
Braden, what's your rating? You seem to.
I'm gonna say 4 chili cheese dogs.
I'll give it like a 3. I don't want to be like that guy and give it like a 2.85. I'm gonna give it a 3. Chili cheese corn dog. My next favorite movie, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh my!
You know what?
What
I'll
an
start-
excellent movie.
I'll start with this one. I've got one word to summarize my entire review. Bodacious.
Dude.
Extremely.
This movie was nothing but extremely bodacious.
It felt like a Jack Black movie, but like
It could
when
have
Jack
been.
Black was young and cool.
It kind of did have like Nacho Libre energy almost.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny the opening scene is almost like it's so close to being Back to the Future. Like it's almost there.
I wonder what they probably watched before making the movie.
Man, I wonder what did this come out? I think this did come
Yeah,
out like not. I'm checking real quick. This came before. I think it came out just like a year or two after. Because there's too many almost Back to the Future references. Oh no, it came out quite a bit after. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you mean?
I thought Bill and Ted's like 1989. It's 1991. Oh no, I was right. It is 1989. Okay, so this is a good couple years after.
Yeah.
Because there's way too many almost Back to the Future references for it to not come out later than that. I think the cast list of this movie was really funny. I did misspeak earlier when I mentioned Office Man, Steve Carell.
Yeah.
That was not from Harold and Kumar. That was from Bill and Ted. Napoleon himself, because I spent like half the movie trying to figure out who is that. I'm like, oh my god, that's Steve Carell. I think it's really funny how they had the characters like speak their original languages. Like, I fully expected this movie to just go full on campy and just start having Beethoven just bust out a rap. Like, no.
No.
Socrates just yelled in Greek the entire movie.
Yeah, Bill. Shout out to Thomas.
Shout out to Thomas.
Just kidding.
Yeah. We jest on this channel. Everyone we mention is for copyright reasons not a real person.
What other good parts were there to that movie? It was just generally a 90s vibe.
Honestly,
Like,
I kind of enjoyed it. I like the camp rock-esque ending where like they don't learn a lesson or anything. They just bring actual Abraham Lincoln to a school
they
showcase.
become the standard for morality.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
They become like their moral system, be excellent to all and rock on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they became the basis for morality, Clayton. Like, they are perfect beings.
Sorry.
Nothing they did was wrong.
On the scale of frozen pizza brands, I'd give it a DiGiorno.
That's pretty good.
My rating for this movie is one Aldi's 5-meat pizza.
Ooh. I'm gonna give it a morning reheated Genitos garlic stuffed crust.
So let's talk about the original Dune.
Yeah, no, original Dune is just... It's a slog. Holy.
It feels like this is gonna be... You guys probably aren't gonna know what this is, but you guys are familiar with the old Narnia movies. Not like the new, like Lion Witch the Wardrobe. No. Like the 1980s, like whatever the fourth book is called. Like the Silver Chair. That's what this felt like.
Just taking hundreds of years to get there.
But then, like, it doesn't even get to where you think it's gonna go. Like, all the setup just like stops existing
I'm gonna be
in
honest.
lieu of brand new setup.
I fell asleep in the middle of watching this movie,
Did you actually?
but I'd watched it once before, and I managed to fill in the gap completely well because where I woke up was pretty much where I stopped watching the movie the last time.
Okay, that's actually really funny.
I did notice something funny about their prop making, or at least their costume making. In the military uniforms at the very beginning, they just have a 1/4 inch dangling off.
That's what that was.
I didn't know those are just 1/4 inches. I thought those are just like, well, what's a Boy Scout like twine or pick up the little metal circle things you put on because you're too lazy to twine your rope. Braden knows what I'm talking about.
Vaguely, I can't remember anything from that point.
Either way, I just thought that's what those were. I don't know. I just couldn't get over how white the goddamn sand looked. Like half the movie.
I can't get over how white the goddamn cast is.
Man, dude, this movie. Can we give this movie just award for whitest movie we've watched? That's a tough award to earn considering its competition. But I think
it was made in the 80s.
It's true.
However, holy shit, the cast is literally a pearlescent orb.
Well,
how white it is.
The film's color grading did not do them any favors either. Like the entire film is just pale.
So I don't know why they just kind of gave Paul's dad a pug that sat with him and was in like every scene with him up until the attack. And then they showed briefly one of the guys that were like fighting the Harkins. He had a gun in one hand and the pug in the other, leading the troops. And then you never see the pug again after the massacre.
I like to think that the pug just had an insanely high rate for acting and they were bleeding money by leaving him on set.
I'm gonna say props to the people who did dog breeding in that universe. The fact that pugs have lived for 10,000 years as a species or as a breed, holy crap.
At least, I don't know. I feel like this might be a hot take. I feel like some of the visual effects, not the CGI, but like some of the practicals weren't really that bad. Like I expected for an 80s sci-fi, I expected it to be like Harold and Kumar levels
Harold
of
and Kumar was better than Dune.
I didn't think
Kumar
Dunes was,
CGI
I did
was
not
better
think
than
Dunes was
Dune.
bad.
I,
Dunes was bad. Objectively, all the like physical sets looked like they were made out of the same plastic.
Oh, the physical
in,
sets,
like,
I'm
the
not talking,
Magic
the physical sets were
Kingdom.
all white as hell.
I honestly thought the physical sets were better than the CGI.
No, I agree, but they still just looked like the fucking Magic Kingdom. Everything was just all plastic and fake.
Kinetic sand.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they just tried to do too much with the CGI. And now, granted, they were fitting it for different screens back there then, so it didn't have to be as good.
True.
But, oh my.
Said,
I would have rather they just pretended.
Any final thoughts on this train wreck disaster?
Kind of mid, not gonna lie.
I think the special effects were funny more than anything.
Most of the time, not.
I
Yeah.
thought they were silly.
We were not watching the same movie, I think.
$1.75 chili cheese dog out of 5 Patrick stars from me personally. Brayden, what's your rating? You ever gave it your rating?
No chocolate chunk cookie.
No chocolate
no
chunk cookie.
$1.50 Costco hot dog.
0. None. Man, what insightful reviews of those movies. But our producer says we're out of time. But who watched what? Did Bill and Ted make it to Whitecastle? Did anyone actually enjoy Dune? Well, wonderful viewer, if you think you know who is lying about watching each movie, you can go and watch the recap on our YouTube channel, where our hosts will come clean about their lazy movie skipping. So if you want to see if you've guessed correctly, head on over to our YouTube page and give it a watch. And join us next week when we watch the Emoji Movie, Spider-Man 2, and The Tooth Fairy by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.